What is up guys, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Tesla's outstanding Q1 earnings and what we can expect to see moving forward. Now, before getting started, it would be greatly appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe. We just opened up the channel and it helps a lot the algorithm. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Tesla broke their Q1 earning records on many levels. Firstly, they experienced the highest demand for vehicles in any quarter of the company's history. This is very encouraging, as usually Q1 is by far the worst period for demand. Elon announced in his opening statement that he feels that Tesla's Model 3 is on track to be the best-selling sedan-type vehicle in history, and that we will most likely realize it in the coming year. This is very impressive, as it has only been released for 3 years and currently only has 2 factories manufacturing it. Tesla obviously aims to expand production in the near future, and with all the new factories that are being opened up, it is not hard to believe. Elon also predicted that the Model Y will be the highest selling vehicle ever in automotive history. This is a very bold prediction, but given Tesla's reputation and history, it is quite possible. We also got some great news regarding autonomous driving. Elon said that the company's plan to produce a full self-driving vehicle is proceeding very well. He said that artificial intelligence development will be needed for this, but that it will happen very soon, sooner than we think. He also stated that to operate, this will be safer than your standard manual driving vehicle. This statement alone holds the power to revolutionize driving and make Tesla one of the most dominant car companies in history. Early in the call, it was also pointed out that the current growth is even more impressive due to the conditions of continuous shortages that the firm has been operating in. This includes massive supply chain challenges like they had never experienced before, large shortages in chips needed for manufacturing, and lastly, a shortage of engineers in their Shanghai plant due to Chinese COVID quarantine restrictions. And even with these very harsh and unforgiving conditions and challenges, they were still able to have record production numbers. Elon also announced that the battery issues with Model S and X, which caused a complete halt of production, is still ongoing, but the firm expects to have this corrected in the upcoming quarters and to scale up production of these models later during the year. We were also given some very impressive numbers, as Elon announced that the company is aiming to produce between 2,000 and 2,500 of their SX models this year, which would mean between 100,000 and 130,000 units produced per year. The Texas and Berlin factories are also coming along very well and are predicted to be capable of producing huge numbers within the next few years. We also got some very positive news from the CFO Zach Kirkhorn that described how Tesla is on track to maintain and increase their industry-leading growth margins. He also announced that the company is clearing debt and have profited off of a $1.5 billion Bitcoin investment. Kirkhorn predicted that the company will exceed a 50% growth rate annually in the coming years, and that Tesla are more than on track to achieve this, especially with increased production in the works. I personally feel that if they can increase supply to meet demand, they will grow at an abnormal rate as they dominate the market. Meantime, the Giga Texas plant continues to produce pilot versions of the Cybertruck, which is massively hyped and will gain huge traction upon release. Some other very interesting points made by Zach Kirkhorn were that the production halt of Tesla's Model S and X had a $2 million impact on the company's cost of goods. They also had increased expenditure costs this quarter due to supply chain issues, and as the cost structure of Tesla is decreasing, Tesla also announced that they expect a 50% vehicle delivery growth in 2021, which implies a minimum delivery of 750,000 vehicles this year. The company increased vehicle unit sales by over 100% year over year, but could only increase service centers by 28%, showing that they can barely keep up with the amount that they are selling themselves. Finally, from a news point of view, when Musk regained the mic, he announced that in the coming years, in his opinion, people will think of Tesla as an artificial intelligence company as much as an EV and renewable energy company. He said that Tesla is developing the biggest artificial intelligence specialist team in the world. Regarding the financials, they had a record net income of $438 million during this quarter alone, which is absolutely insane considering the issues with limited production. 93 cents earning per share versus the 79 cents earning per share, which was expected expected. This shows fantastic profitability and growth. 10.39 billion in revenue versus 10.29 billion predicted. Again, a brilliant sign of growth quarter to quarter, and another prediction that they have exceeded. This is up 74% from a year ago. 518 million in sales of regulatory credits, 101 million positive impact from sales of Bitcoin. Revenue from energy generation and storage nearly doubled since this time last year, with a revenue of $595 million being reported for this aspect of the business. This is also being negatively impacted by COVID. Overall, Tesla continues to grow quarter to quarter, and I don't see this stopping despite supply chain and production issues. With main production issue being they can't keep up with such high demand, Tesla is still a strong buy long term, as the company's value is only going to continue rising, meaning the share price should follow with time. But obviously this is only my opinion.